This is Educators Handbook, which is the district's way of handling or processing referrals through the system. It goes from the teacher to the administrator and then feeds into our student information system, PowerSchool. It does more than referrals, and I'll show you those options in a minute, but we're going to talk about how to write a referral first. So let me show you. We'll start with a little demonstration on how to write a referral. We'll let you play with a fake school and write a fake referral. And then we'll talk about some of the other options you have besides writing a referral. And then we'll actually do some referrals. Ms. Jones will bring back some real referrals that you've written throughout the year. And we'll give you some time to log those in the system. Okay? So, starting with Educators Handbook.
EducatorsHandbook.com is designed to allow you to quickly document student behavior while collecting important information about each incident. To write a new referral, click Write Referral in the menu and fill out the form. Specify a student by selecting the first initial of the student's last name, then by choosing the student. Ensure the date and time are correct, and specify the location, academic subject, instructional arrangement, and offense in the same manner. Provide a complete description of the infraction, including a record of parent contact, steps or interventions taken to change the behavior prior to writing the referral, and other pertinent information. When you are finished, click Send Referral. You will see a message confirming the referral was written and receive an email confirmation when your administration has processed the referral.
All right, that's how to write a referral. Now we're actually going to play with a fake school. Now I know I said fake school, but we're going to the Waynesboro Primary homepage to get there, but the username and password will take us to a fake school. All right, so everybody go to wps.burke.k12.ga.us, find the faculty and staff menu, and under that, click on Quick Links, and then Educators Handbook. The username and password are on the board. That'll get you in to write a fake referral. We're just going to play and make a referral on a fake student. Yeah, it's zoomed in too close, so we'll zoom out a little bit. That should fix it.
Oh, good.
It was easy. Well, it was easy that time. Yep.
Most people have brought up the dashboard for Educators Handbook. By the way, Joanne Horton and Veronica Robertson from the central office are here to help out. So if you get stuck or left behind, just raise your hand and one of them will come over and help figure out what's going on. So go to the dashboard. Password was example. And you'll notice there's a lot of activity going on here, but when you log in on your real one, it'll just show you activity from your students. It won't be the whole school. So you'll just see your things. Click on Write Referral over here on the left. And pick any random student from the list and make up a referral and submit it. And go ahead and just make up a description, fake date, time.
I had a girl.
I didn't hear what you said. Yes, yes.
Can you only click on one action that's been taken, or just, I would say in the past, we've had, parents, we've had to do class, time now, we've had to call the parents, we've had to choose one.
Yeah, you can only choose one. However, when the action occurs and you do call the parent, you put in that incident. Then you do another thing, and we'll talk about the difference, what happens in the system. We'll talk about the difference between those. It's not really counted as a referral.
So even if this is something that's not going to an administrator, this is where you're going to document it.
That's coming up. Yep. Yep. We'll talk about that. I hear a little bit of laughing going on. Y'all are making up some funny referrals, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, I have a real referral, so, I mean, when he wants to start actually putting these in.
The last 15 minutes of this session, we'll do that. We got time for that.
A genuine
Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at your referrals and where they went. If you click on history, you'll see a list of all the referrals that you've sent. Now, this is a training website, so a lot more teachers have been adding these fake referrals. And you see over here on the right, they're all pending. That's because the administrator hasn't opened and processed the referral yet. If you ever need to look up a referral, you can go to the history and you can filter it by the date. So like maybe you're looking for a referral from a few months ago or the beginning of school, you can change the date filter. You can also filter out office referrals from classroom incidents. There's two types of things you can log in Educators Handbook. One, you just did an office referral, but you can also log classroom incidents. A classroom incident is anything that happens between you and the student but didn't involve the office. Maybe the student used some foul language, so you gave the student some kind of loss of privilege or timeout or something in the classroom. You can log that in Educators Handbook, and it doesn't count as an office referral on you, and it doesn't count on the student. But it is documented, and the administrator, if the administrator wants to look at the history on the student, can look up and see all the things that you've done with that student. Maybe you've put a note in the planner, you've called the parent, and can look up all the incidents, why those things happen in class.
It functions like a log.
It is a log. It's a digital log.
For RTI purposes?
Yes, had the same question last session. You can print out that student's individual things in document format and use that for RTI purposes. Good question. Let me show you some of the actual classroom incident options that you have, because that was a fake school and we've customized it. Let's take a look at this list right here. This list, the first one is an office referral and goes to the administrator. All the other ones underneath it do not count as a referral and don't notify anybody else in the building. Classroom timeout, counselor referral. We'll talk about that some more in just a second. Detention in the classroom, not talking about the administrator gives detention, that's you giving detention. Loss of privilege, other, if there's something, some kind of, you got creative with discipline, document what that was. A parent note or an email, a parent phone call, a parent-teacher conference, redirection, that would be like the student did something wrong and you want to document it, but all you did was redirected the student. And then a warning, not an administrative warning, but a warning that the teacher gave the student in the classroom, okay? All of these under the first one do not count as an office referral and don't go against the student in the permanent record in Power School. Just the first one counts as an ODR. Let's talk about the counselor referral, and I want to talk about that for a second because we did training at some of the other schools during pre-planning, and we found out that it wasn't understood clearly. When you write or when you select counselor referral under the action, the counselor doesn't get a notification that you've done anything. So watch me do this. I'm going to click on counselor referral, and when I do that, I get more options down here at the bottom, and I have to actually print the referral for the counselor. When I click on print, I take that counselor referral and put it in the counselor's mailbox, and that's how the counselor gets notified. You might.
No longer use the sheets? I mean, they have these yellow sheets for us to fill out and just.
Right.
Should we still do those and still put it in, or I mean, what's going on?
I tell you what, let's do this. Use this system. If the counselor has a fit and says, I don't like this, then might have to go back to the yellow sheets. Now, I have introduced this to the counselors in the counselor district meeting. That was like 2 months ago that they saw this, so I don't know if she'll remember. I don't know. She'll know what it is in her box. Okay. All right. So yeah, just make sure you walk that up to their mailbox. Do we have any other questions about Educators Handbook?
So that same incident is just putting it into the computer, it's just remembering.
Yes, and the question came up last session. Well, I already have a paper log that I note parent phone calls and classroom, punishments and that kind of thing. Should I be using that and this, or should I just use this? And Ms. Merla Jones said that you should use this in place of the paper system. So
So we don't need to backtrack, 'cause I really don't need to backtrack. So you mean start
As of
November?
tomorrow.
yeah.
Is this so close? I mean, no, I'm serious.
Yeah, we're not going to make you backtrack on the log. However, we would like you to put in the referrals, okay? And we'll give you time at the end to put in the real referrals
Like that go to the administrator.
that go to the administrator. Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so we're going to pass out instructions now. And before we set you loose on the real system, we want to cover 7 important things you got to know about Educators Handbook on the back. Here you go. Thank you, Veronica. Could you pass this down? Yes. Could you pass that down? Okay, before we set you free on the live site, there are 7 things on the back of this sheet that you must understand. Number 1, the date and time of the incident that occurred. That's what goes in the date and time field, not the time that you're entering the referral in. The computer knows what time you put the referral in. We want the date and time of the fight or whatever occurred for the write-up. Okay, that's important. Number 2, only create multi-student incidents when 2 or more students are involved in the same incident. That might not make it sense to you, but let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go to teacher, so I'm going to write a referral right here, and let's say I had 2 students that got in a fight with each other in the lunchroom. I can add 2 students on the same referral. So I only have to do the work once. But once I hit submit and send it to the administrator, it splits into 2 referrals. Okay? Don't put the other student's name in the description. Joanne Horton will speak to that you have to be confidential and not use the other student's name. But you put both of their names at the top.
What if you're doing a referral for just regular in the classroom, and you have 5 students that did the same thing that day, so you don't have to do 5 different referrals?
No, you have,
Right, you have
yeah,
to
that's
have
what
it
it's saying, is that you have to do the 5 different things. They're not, the referrals aren't connected to each other, like they didn't do it to each other. So she said exactly what number 2 says. Only create multi-student incidents when 2 students are involved in the same thing, like they do it to each other. She asked, like, if, let's say everybody in the classroom threw their paper or something at the same time, we're not going to do one referral and put everybody's name on it. Okay? Number... No?
In the description, if there is a fight, so we put no name in description, because it's...
Go ahead, Joanne.
Student A, student B.
Okay. Number 3, expect everything you document in Educators Handbook will be read by a parent or an attorney. Okay, use common sense don't vent in the description. Number 4, only referrals sent to the administrator will count as an office referral. All other actions are logged as classroom incidents. By the way, I didn't say this, and it came up in the last session. Anything that you put in this system is private between you and the administrator. Other teachers can't see what you've done, can't see your office referrals, and can't see your classroom incidents. Okay? The administrator can look it up and see your log, but not other teachers. Number 6, counselors do not get an electronic notification when you select counselor referral. Therefore, you must print a paper copy and place it in the counselor's mailbox. Remember, there's an option when you select it at the bottom to print the referral for the counselor. And number 7, the rosters menu item is not what you think. It is not for building a class roster. Let me explain what the rosters item menu over here. You see this near the bottom, rosters? If you are, say, the cheerleading coach, I know we don't have a set of cheerleaders here, but Miss Parham, she does sponsor the cheerleading squad over at the high school. So she can build a roster of those students, and once she adds students to her roster, she'll hit request approval. That roster will go to the administrator's inbox, and then Ms. Merla Jones will approve it, say, yes, you may look at those students' discipline records, and then Ms. Parham can monitor their discipline for her club or activity that she sponsors. Maybe you're a mentor to some students. You can request access to that student's discipline record. It has to be approved by the administrator, and it goes to their queue once you submit it for approval. It's not for doing, like, this is the fake site. It looks like someone did math class, new roster, new. That's not what it's for. And I'll just get out of that. Okay, that was number 7. Now we are ready to turn you free. So you want to know your real username and your real password? I don't know your password, but you're about to find out. Your real username is going to be your email address at Burke County. Okay, so whatever it is. To find out your password, you're going to use Educators Handbook, the system. There's a link right under there that says can't access your account. You're going to click on that link, and it's going to send you an email to your school email with a system or a link for you to make your own password, whatever you want it to be. So navigate to Educators Handbook. You can use the quick links on the school web page from Waynesboro Primary. Type in your email address. and then click on the can't access my account, and it'll shoot you an email.